We're here with Ope Oshinubi, the fastest man at the CFL Combine. Ope, what's going on?
That's good. Feeling good. How are you?
Not bad. We haven't spoken a long time. We went to high school together, played on the same high school football team.
Yeah.
So, what's happening?
Not too much. Let's get into it. It's pretty exciting to have you on here. I played in the CFL myself, and I know what it's all about, and I know what you're going through, and I know all those emotions that you got right now leading up to the draft and all that. And you know what? My advice to you would be is enjoy it, because it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing, and enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride. Excited to see what happens for sure.
Yeah, so you showed out. I mean, you went to the combine, you hit a 4.4 140, and me and Sid were talking right before this about your average was a 6.2 yards per carry, and your carries were 59 on the year. I thought that a guy that's averaging 6.2 and, with your credentials, it would make sense to get you the ball more. What was the reason that you weren't used as much or as much as you would expect anyway?
Yeah, so my time at U of A, I've been playing second string for a while in there. I played a lot of special teams, but in running back, I was back up there. And I was running behind another great running back named Matthew Peterson. He's drafted to Hamilton right now. And he was a head card nominee. Great guy, great leader, great player. And it was just competition between us back and forth. I wasn't able to get the starting spot, so I was playing back up there.
Okay. And was that last year or was that this past season?
That was last year, last 2 seasons. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so leading up to the draft, leading up to the combine, like I said, I've been there before. I know all the pressure and all that stuff. So you're training, you're getting ready. What were you expecting to do when you went there? And walk us through it, like your experience and everything.
Yeah. So it was kind of surprised that I was invited, because I was invited to the Invitational Combine first, right? So I didn't even really expect that. I was just it was like 2 months before. I was told really late after everyone, and then they was like, go to the Invitational Combine, and my head coach, he knows that I test really well, so he's like, you just got to go there, show what you can do, and then go from there. And then I went to that Invitational Combine. I ran a 4.45 there, and then that got me the ticket to the National Combine. And then going to the National Combine, I ran that 4.41, and I benched well too, and I tested pretty well there as well. So I've always known that I test really well. My speed and my strength is always what I lean on, and I haven't had an opportunity to show that over my career, just based on injuries and things like that. So I really want to take the opportunity to do that now and do that, and just to show what I can do, because I know I'm a crazy athlete, and so I just need the opportunity, and I got that this combine.
So going into next season, whatever team you're playing for, we know you test well. You got the body of an NFL running back. You got the speed of an NFL running back. What are you most excited to show about your game that maybe you didn't get to show because you haven't played enough? What are you so excited to show about your game?
Yeah, like you said, I feel like obviously my speed and explosiveness, and then just my versatility. I feel like not only running back, I feel like special teams, I have a lot of success there as well. I just want to show, just my physicality and my ability to play. I want to show that I can compete. I'm a competitor, and I love this sport. So, I just want to show what I can do. And wherever I go, I feel like I'll be able to do that.
Well, I just want to say that it's not very common in Canada that you have a running back at 6'2", 225, I think it is. That's what you're at. You're on a 4.41. I know back in my day, if we had a back with those credentials, he's going to get the ball, or at least the opportunity. So I find that, kind of crazy. Maybe the guy in front of you was very impressive, as you said, and he got drafted and all that. But I would have found a way to get you the ball if I was calling those plays. I know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
but I know everything comes down to where you are. And in football, unfortunately, opportunity is everything. And you could get drafted by a team that has no intention of using you the way you hope, or you can get drafted by a team that has every intention to use you and all your dreams will come true. That's the shitty thing going forward here that, you're going to probably see when you get to the pro level. It's going to come down to where you land and the opportunity that falls in front of you when you are there. So I'm hoping the best for you. I will say, you do bring a lot to the table. Anybody that's going to draft you is going to understand that, you bring size, speed, strength. I mean, you hit 25 reps on the bench at 225. These are all impressive numbers. Everything about you spells that, you could be used in this league for sure. So hopefully you get into a good opportunity and you make the best of it. What do you got for him, Sid?
Well, I actually got one for you, Sal. So leading up to draft day, because you went through this whole process, what could you say to Opie meeting with these teams? Like, what were you looking for as a player? Like, selfishly, like, obviously you're happy to go anywhere. You're happy to make it into league. But is there anything a certain team did that got you excited or like eager to get drafted by them? Like,
well, I would say the Eskimos, they flew me out before the draft. I don't know if has any team done that with you? Have you got a chance to go work out with any team? When is the draft?
April 29th.
Right. So hopefully, you get a call here and somebody wants to see you up close and personal. And that's kind of what happened with me. I would opt out of testing. If you do go, my agent advised me of doing that because my numbers were pretty good at the combine. So I was good with that. And then, the Edmonton Eskimos showed a lot of interest prior to the draft. They flew me out. They did an extensive interview with me where all the people on the board and the GM and the head coach were all sitting around a table, and they ask you questions. They're going to kind of try to put you under a little bit of pressure to see how you react. And that happened. And then, the BC Lions at the combine made it pretty clear to me that they were interested, but they didn't go as far as calling me, to fly out and have a closer look. But anyway, in terms of the draft, you're going to see a lot of things that'll happen. Your agent might call you and say, well, if this guy goes, then there's a chance you're going next. And if he doesn't go, you might go here. And that's kind of what happened with me. A lot of guys were getting drafted, and it was up to a few players if they were still on the board, whether or not I'd go. And I ended up ultimately going 12th overall. So like I say, I hope the best for you. One thing is, I always say this because, when you're in the moment, you don't realize you're in something that you only get to do once in your life. And even college football, you're already done your career, and look how fast that was. So now, enjoy this process. You don't know how long your CFL career will be. Injuries are always a factor. Football is definitely a game that we take for granted because it can be pulled away from you so quickly. So like I say, enjoy the moment. And if anybody does reach out to you, I do recommend that you obviously jump all over that, but don't do the testing. It's not necessary. You've done your job. Your numbers are impressive. Let's hope you get a good opportunity going forward here, and somebody reaches out. Whether they do or not, I think you're going to get drafted. It's just a matter of where. Like, has anybody given you any feedback in terms of where you expect to be drafted, like your agent or anybody?
Yeah, I've people I've been talking to that said the exact same thing you just said. Like, they're saying like you're probably gonna get drafted, just a matter of when you go. Said, yeah, I'm not too sure where, so just gotta keep my eyes to the phone. And I had interviews. We have interviews at the combine, so I had 4 interviews there with teams.
How was that?
Like you said, they were stressful. They were really stressful. They really try to keep you on your toes. But yeah, they were good. Regular learning experience for sure. Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, you just be yourself and answer the questions that they ask, and that's all you can do. If it isn't good enough, well, that's all that God gave you, right? So it is what you can do. That's it. Anything else you got for him, Sid, that we want to bring up with the fastest man in the CFL combine? That's something to be very proud of, by the way. There's a lot of people that wish they could say that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely put a chip on my shoulder for sure. Like, excited.
I knew how fast you were from when we played in high school, but I didn't expect a 4.41. That is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Especially at your size. He was almost this big in high school. Swear to God.
Yeah, big. I mean, I had to gain like 20 pounds, but it was definitely like 200 in high school. So
Yeah, you're a big running back.
Yeah.
So
Well-
your agent right now, you must have an agent, I'm assuming. And what's like his feedback? What is he basically just? We expect you to get drafted. We just don't know where.
Yeah, that's what we're just talking today, and that's what he's saying. Like, yeah, he said like don't expect to be going in the first 2 rounds, but other than that, just like, yeah, I'm not sure where, but he said pretty confident I'll be drafted. So, and like I said, all of this was kind of like surprise for me. So everything's a blessing, going forward. Like that's my mindset. So anywhere I can go, I just want to show my shit out, and then do the best I can. Like you said, once in a lifetime opportunity, and yeah.
Yeah, and my advice to you to be when you do end up getting drafted, God willing, you get drafted, and when you go there, just go with the mindset that you're here to serve them as best as you can, any way you can. Don't have that, some players come in and they think that they deserve to start, or they feel like they know where they need to be used, and so just don't do that. The CFL, I feel like with Canadian players, they really don't like that. As an American guy, they're bringing from the States, they're a little bit more lenient with them, but Canadian guys, I've seen it. They're not. So just go in there with the mindset that you're going to do whatever you can to help this squad, and hopefully they find a spot for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel. I feel like wherever I can be used, whatever I can do, wherever I can use my abilities, I'll be able to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and whatever it is that you excel at, whether it's a physical type running back or you're, a home run hitter or whatever it is, do your best to show that as soon as possible, make an impression. And you're going to get those opportunities because in the rookie camp before training camp, you're going to be surrounded by rookies, and they're all going to be doing the exact same thing, doing their best to show what they do best. And just go in there. You got nothing to lose. You have everything to gain at this point, and go in there and flash, man. Use that 40 that you got. Use that size, and go in there with the mentality you're going to play physical and fast. And I think with those credentials, man, the sky's the limit.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Opie, it was a pleasure having you. We're rooting for you. We'll be watching CFL draft to see when you go. We're excited.
Yeah, for sure. Now we got a good reason to watch the draft, and we're cheering you on, brother.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.